Good morning and welcome to a new episode of Vlogmas. Now today is going to be a crazy day. It's my last big work day before this year. I've got a catering job in London. It's the third time I've catered for them, which is such an honour to be asked back. And it's Littleton Chambers, and yeah, it's their Christmas drinks party. So Di was so helpful yesterday. She came and did all sorts. She did running around for me. She did kitchen prep. She just, which meant it wasn't too much pressure on me, which is brilliant. I was supposed to finish making the Yorkshire puddings last night, and actually I ran out of steam. I had a technical hitch with one of my, the previous vlog that has gone out to this one, and it just wouldn't upload. So that was really rather frustrating, but it happens. And actually, touch wood, I've been really lucky. Hasn't happened too often, but you know, the joy of the internet and things like that. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I finally got it sorted. It went out like 3.5 hours later than it should have done, and I hate that. And I did my best, but you know, and that put me back a little bit. So I have got 4 batches of mini Yorkshire puddings to make this morning before heading up to London. But my boys are coming with me to help. I took Di last time, and actually Di is quite busy making the blinds for our kitchen, and she helped me yesterday. And the boys said they're keen to earn money, which is amazing. When I was their age, I did so many jobs. I was, you know, really hardworking, and I think I've always been really hardworking. But they're really keen, and Arch was going to come, and then Gus piped up, "Can I come too?" I said, yes, of course you can. You know, this is a paid job. Mummy is paying you. And actually, Arch went up to London to see a friend, and I said, would you like some money in advance? And he said, no, I don't. I want that incentive that at the end of it, I get paid if I've worked hard and if I've done a good job. So that's lovely that they're driven. And I think that's how you learn. You learn about the value of money by earning it and by working, and it's good to start young. So the boys are coming to help, which is brilliant. Coco is staying here with Si and is in charge of the animals, and that, you know, that's great because the dogs need walking, the horses need doing, etc, etc. So I'm going to make some mini Yorkshire puddings in a minute. Si is actually going to cook the beef for me, and I think I'm relatively under control. There's quite a bit that needs to be done this morning, but it's fine. Yeah, it's good. And I just thought I'd quickly touch on when I talk about like the dark days and what I'm referring to. Just quickly. And there is a video where I talk about dealing with trauma, which I will link down below, because I touched on this last week, and I've touched on this a few times about like the dark days. And for those of you that are new, you probably don't know my backstory. And whilst on the surface it looked like I had sort of uber privileged upbringing, and I did very much so, but there was the other side as well, which was really tricky. So I grew up in a big Georgian rectory. I think Mum said it had 27 rooms, and we had wonderful holidays and horses and private school, and my father's business was going very well, and what have you. And Mum was an amazing mum, but married to a guy that wasn't easy, and it took a huge toll on her. And we ended up not being able to live with Dad anymore, and fled, literally fled, and lived undercover, kind of on the run, because he kept finding out where we were. I had a bodyguard at school to protect me from my own father, and I was 16. That's the same age that Arch is now, and it was a kind of crazy, mad existence. I was trying to do my GCSEs, and it was really traumatic and difficult, and that went on for quite a few years, to be honest. Their divorce went took 9 years to go through. Dad contested it every which way. I ended up taking Mum, reverted back to her maiden name, and I changed my name back to her. I changed my name to her maiden name as well. I didn't speak to my father for a good number of years, and actually my relationship with him only got slightly easier when I met Simon, and Simon came into my life. And I felt it was important that Simon met him. And, you know, Dad dying earlier this year has brought up quite a lot of stuff. And, you know, there was mental health problems. Mum had episodes of what I would describe as paranoid schizophrenia, so that's not easy. My brother suffered enormously from it. We all suffered enormously from it. I worked jolly hard to go away, to travel, to escape the madness. I was a secret smoker. That was my way of coping. I would take a cigarette and go and hide, and that was my kind of stress relief. And it wasn't until I had dealt with that childhood trauma that I could actually stop smoking. So that, you know, was my way of coping. And I suppose, I mean, smoking is terrible for you, but it was better than drugs or alcohol. I suppose, I don't know, they're all pretty awful. And it's not something that I was proud of, but it was really interesting when I've done a lot of work on myself through therapy, through all sorts of different things, and I can talk more about that if you would like. But it was really interesting. I couldn't, until I had dealt with that childhood trauma, I couldn't stop smoking, and that was fascinating. So when I refer to the dark days, it's that period of my life. I was prescribed antidepressants. It was really difficult, and I think seeing my mother heartbroken and massively affected by what had gone on, you know, and she died age 66, heartbroken. And it's tragic. It's really tragic, and it's setting me off slightly now. And you know, then I had my accidents, and I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and because I was given the wrong advice and I was put on bed rest and what have you, rather than strengthening everything, I ended up developing weak bones. And I had a series, so I broke my leg 9 years ago. I must have broken my shoulder 10 years ago. I shattered my shoulder blade literally just up here. I was rescued, and this is so ironic. I was rescued from right outside this window just over 10 years ago when I had a really nasty fall. The horse bolted, was fly bucking, and I somersaulted and I landed and shattered my scapula, and I'm so lucky I didn't do more damage. But then I ended up with 2 disc bulges. I had to have steroid injections in my lower back about 5-6 months later, and then about 6 months after that I broke my knee and ankle and had 3 operations in a year, was in and out of a wheelchair, was housebound with my leg above my heart for 4 months, sort of flat on my back. I was only really allowed out to go and visit the consultant in hospital for a checkup. So when I talk about the dark days, those are the dark days. And I think when you have those dark days and you can come through it, you can make the choices, you can change your life, and I have done. And I think I just want to talk about this because so many people have sent messages to say thank you for talking about this, thank you for sharing, it's really helpful. And I hope that it is. I don't want any sympathy, because all of us have our challenges in our life, and because of my challenges, it's made me the person I am today, and I'm more empathetic and I can understand. And when I started Ask Charlie, it was just the how-to videos. It was teaching practical skills. But then I started to open up and share the personal stuff. And I wish when I was going through that nightmare time, I felt really alone. I felt really lonely. I thought that it was only me in the world that was going through this utter madness, which is why I think it's important for us to talk about this stuff, because in us talking about it, it offers comfort and help to other people. So I didn't want Vlogmas to be miserable at all, but I think it's important. And I suppose because I was asked that question and I talked about strength and resilience, I just felt like I needed to give a little bit of a backstory to those that didn't know. And I've got lots of new subscribers, which is seriously exciting, so thank you very, very much for subscribing and being new to my channel. And I just thought it was important to give you a little bit of an update. But for now, I'm going to go and fill a wheelbarrow full of hay, push it up the hill, give the horses their hay, and then get making Yorkshire puddings. Right, it's organised chaos here. There's quite a lot going on. I've got to remember to check the mini Yorkshire puddings in a moment. But I went to the post office, posted last orders, and I needed to get more eggs because our hens are still laying, but I need quite a lot of eggs for 5 batches of Yorkshire puddings. So I stocked up on a few more eggs and got a few goodies for Christmas, which I thought I would share with you. I love our local shop. It's amazing. Now I could make these myself, but sometimes we have to cut corners. And these are cheesy stables, Nigella seed and chive. They're made in Scotland. They've won a Great Taste Award. The brand is Pea Green Boat. Haven't heard of them before. And then this is fennel and chilli. And I just thought that those looked utterly delicious. So those are a little nibbly bit for us. I picked up some mini marshmallows because we love a hot chocolate this time of year. I actually got these for my cousin's children because we're seeing them on Sunday, and I thought that that would be a nice little thing for them. And then I got these, which are cherry Rudolph noses and some little chocolate Father Christmases. And I got a loaf of donkerai, because if I haven't got a loaf of sourdough, then this is my next favourite bread. And some nuts. The nuts are coming with me because I would rather snack on those than a bar of chocolate. So that's my little haul from the village shop. Aren't we lucky to have such a great little village shop? And it's so important to remember to support these little community stores because we keep them going. So that's that. I've got over here the beef. I'm just about to pop in the cool box. Those are all of my cheese straws that I made last night. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. They are so easy to make. A little bit of, in fact I filmed a TikTok and Instagram reel, a little bit of cheddar, a little sprinkle of cayenne pepper, 15 minutes in the oven, voila, done. Then I'm actually taking the sage with me to London because it's microwave, oven, air fryer in one, and I am doing some little cranberry and brie bites, and I'm using these. These are from Black Mountain Smokery, and I shared them with you ages ago. I always keep a stock of them. They come in packs of 64, and just a little bit of brie, a little bit of cranberry, and then into the oven. Absolutely delicious with a little sprinkle of thyme on top. Wow. So I'm taking that with us, which will be handy. Oh, mini Yorkshires. Voila, those are done. That needs to come out. Go there. There we are. One batch done. Only a few more to go. And I've got the, so I can put a big greasy bam on top of my Arga toppers. So I've just got the washing machine going and hopefully can get those clean. I just washed them as well, but I have asbestos fingers, if you wonder why I can take a tray of mini Yorkshires straight out of the oven and pick them up and popping them on a wire rack just to cool. And then we're going to make another batch and get going with those. I think Coco's about to ride. And we're kind of under control. So nice that Si did all of the beef. He's even sliced it up for me, which is amazing. So I think we're okay. I've got the bellinis here. Let me pop. In fact, I'm going to put the bellinis in the oven now while I do that second batch. Oh, the dogs are getting under my feet. Bless it, it's because they can smell the beef. Right, I am going to concentrate. I'm going to crack on. I'll chat to you in a bit. Alexa, stop. Alexa, turn off. Alexa, stop playing Christmas music. She won't stop playing. I'm having problems with, I daren't even mention her name. She's not turning off, which is frustrating because I can't have her playing in the background when I'm filming and chatting to you guys because I'm not allowed to use that music online. But I'm about to do my last batch of Yorkshire. So because the children have been terribly helpful, Coco's actually out walking the dogs at the moment. I thought I would make them some chocolate chip cookies. This is a recipe that, hasn't even come out yet. It's for my members club for January. And you can freeze the cookie dough. And I've literally just taken it out of the freezer. I thought I'd be a nice mummy. And I'm going to do 10 cookies. So my bellinis are all done. My Yorkshires are we're getting there. I'm literally going to, I've got that prepped. I've got my batter here. I am going to do the last batch now, but I haven't got you, this does really clever things, and I haven't got you on tracking. So you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing unless I move you down here. And I need to move those out of the way. I'm just learning how this works. So the secret to a good Yorkshire is hot beef fat. So let's move that out of the way. And then I'm just going to pour my batter in. So this camera does really clever things. And Amy, who I met at the Hortons of England and Wrigley London event at the Spread Eagle, that's quite a mouthful, isn't it? She is so kind. I sent her a message yesterday on Instagram and I was like, Amy, any chance that we can have a chat? Because I've got a few questions about this camera because it was her that had it. So I saw it online. I saw a couple of other influencers sharing it and talking about it. And then I actually saw Amy using it in person. And she said, yeah, I can chat right now. And actually I chatted to her while I was driving to Tintin's because I needed to talk about like various things, because it does this selfie tracking, so it can follow me around the room, which is really clever, but if it's up close it's a little bit jerky, which I think isn't the best for you guys to watch. I think it's better from a distance when I'm filming and when I'm mic'd up. At the moment I'm not using the microphone, so hopefully the sound is okay. When I use the microphone up close, I actually had to turn the volume down massively because it was seriously loud. So it's trial and error, we're getting used to it. But I thought it was just so nice of Amy. She was like, yeah, sure, I can chat right now. She's a lovely girl. She lives up in, I want to say Yorkshire. Anyhow, this lot are ready to go into the oven. So my last lot. Arch just came in and said, Mum, you seem under control. And I was like, yeah, I think I am under control, darling. Just a good feeling, because I'm not always. Sometimes it's a little bit of a hot mess, but here are my Yorkshires, and I have got another Tupperware. Actually, let's use the other Tupperware rather than filling this up too full. So I think I just need to go and get my platters out. I need to get some mayonnaise, and then I need to load up the car and change. I'm going to wear the same dress that I wore to Guy's office lunch, because I literally just wore it for lunch, and it's just terribly comfortable. Terribly comfortable and terribly practical. I'm going to pop you back up there. And I talked to her about like memory and all the rest of it, and how best to download. It's really helpful. It's so nice when you meet somebody and they're like willing to kind of share info. Right, we'll wait for that lot to be done, and then I'm going to make the cookies, change, well, load up, change, and head up to London. So we are here at Littleton. I've got this one doing Brie and Grand Prix. He's been super helpful. He's done all of the salsa tacos and basically all of the bellinis, which is quite a lot of bellinis. Look, here are the bellinis. Arches on duck pancakes, and those are the roast beef and Yorkshire puddings. So I cooked the beef, I think I told you that this morning. First lot of food has gone out, so we're just prepping refill, and you never quite know how busy it's going to be, and you never quite know how much you've got to do, so it's sort of action stations, and we'll just see. But this is our makeshift temporary kitchen setup at Littleton Chambers, and it's so exciting to be in the temple. I don't think I'm going to get to take the boys to see the church here because it is so amazing, but hopefully another time. So we have finished. The boys have been so helpful, amazing. Hang on, I'm holding you in a really funny way, but I just wanted to share the magic of this place. Behind me is the Oxo Tower, and this is just like this sanctuary in the centre of London, in the city, and they make it so special and so Christmassy, and we've had such a lovely evening. They've given us gifts. It's been gorgeous. It's been an absolute pleasure to come up and cater for Littleton. Anyway, we are going to get in the car. Gus has requested Itsu on the way home. Do you still want Itsu? He still wants Itsu. I can't believe he wants more food because we've had a few nibbles too. But anyway, it is time to hit the road and head back to Sussex, possibly via Itsu. We will see. Well, good morning. Good morning. I've had a lie-in, which is much needed. I feel like now I've done yesterday, I'm now not on holiday, but kind of on holiday. I've got a few vlogs to do and then I'm on holiday. But I can take my foot off the pedal. In fact, I don't think I'm even going to bother with earrings. I have got my lovely friend Jo coming soon-ish to give me a massage. I just thought that I would need it, and I could have had it done earlier in the week, but I wasn't feeling great, and I thought actually I'm going to need it more after a big catering job in London. So that is what is happening this morning. I'm just putting, this is my Dermatica vitamin C, which I put on in the morning, and then this is the Dermatica, this is like prescription, like this is my formula that I use at night. So I thought I would just catch up with you. The boys were amazing. They were absolutely brilliant. It was a bit of a gamble. Like, if they weren't going to have the right work attitude, I was up a creek without a paddle. However, they seemed to take it really seriously. Like, when I suggested it, they were really up for it. And I was like, okay, well, we've got to give this a go. And originally it was going to be Archie and then a friend of his, and his friend's away unexpectedly. An amazing trip to South Africa, which was far more exciting. Like, it was a last minute thing, and I'd booked her an ages ago because she's brilliant. And she has a sushi business, so I knew that she'd be amazing at canapes. But she was away, and I was like, okay, I need an extra pair of hands. Who's going to help? And Gus was like, I'll help you, mummy. And he was awesome. I mean, they both were awesome. There was a slight incident with the Sage combi oven that came with us. And yeah, the microwave plate got broken. But I've ordered another one, and hopefully it will come by tomorrow. That was our only, like, and it was done through trying to be super helpful, and you know, these things happen. It's not the end of the world. At least it wasn't the oven that was dropped. But it was such a lovely evening. The boys were great company. We actually started on the way back compiling a playlist for New Year's Eve. Arch got on the tunes. I'm actually gonna have a couple of these this morning because I'm feeling a little, so I'm going to take two. Actually, I'm not going to take two when I'm talking to you because that's just annoying. I'll take them in a moment. Yeah, Arch started playing music, playing his favourite tunes, and then when we got home, I couldn't go straight to bed. So we sat around the kitchen table. I had a glass of bubbles, and all of us sat around the kitchen table and did our playlist on Spotify for New Year. I think I'm up to almost 5 hours. So actually, why don't I share that with you guys? That might be fun. If you would like Up the Grey's favourite family tunes, might be a bit of an insight, more of an insight into us. I'm actually going to put, so one thing I forgot to take to London was rubber gloves. So my nails have had a battering, and my poor finger didn't really like all the washing up, which is another reason why I wear gloves. So anyway, that Hankin has some TLC. But anyway, yes, I'll share the Spotify playlist, more of an insight into us and our favourite tunes. And it was just a really lovely evening. And you know, when you sort of go to bed with, like, not worrying about things, with a happy heart, thinking, I can have a good night's sleep. And I did have a good night's sleep. And then had a bit of a lie-in, which is a real treat. And then I've got Joe coming to give me a massage. And then later on, I'm having my legs waxed. Simon's running around with the children. Gus has got a dentist, opticians, all that stuff, because you've got to fit it in before back to school. So Simon is doing that, which is really sweet of him. And I'm just having a pretty gentle day. Coco would like to go and do some Christmas shopping, so I'm going to take her later on to do that. And yeah, that's a little catch up. But I'm feeling, although slightly like, you know, when you've had too many late nights, and I think I lost a night and almost 2 nights sleep with our flight being delayed. Had a terrible night that night, and then being unwell, I lost a bit of sleep. And then it has been, although I've tried to make it as easy as possible, when you're doing a big catering job, it's quite full on. And you know, I made 120 mini Yorkshire puddings. Every single one of them was eaten. There wasn't one left. There were a few duck pancake rolls left. I put Archie on those. He was really good at them. And it's about finding their strength and finding the thing that they're good at and putting them on that. So Gus was really great on doing, I had those little pastry cases, which I showed you, with brie and cranberry. He loved doing that. So I was like, great, you do that. I did the mini Yorkshire puddings with roast beef. Arch was on the pancakes. And we all did a mixture of bellinis, and then I did a salsa taco as a vegan option. and then the cheese straws, which obviously had been pre-done. So it was about teamwork, and it was really lovely to you know, to have the boys helping me, and I was really proud of them, really proud of them. And it's really good for them to see what mummy does, and then to learn skills and, you know what it's like when you're sort of under pressure and you've got to, like, it's like, guys, food's going out in 10 minutes, action stations. And they jumped on it, which is brilliant, because they're not always, you know, model children. I mean, they're great, but I think when they're in like a work environment and they're under pressure, they jumped to it. That's what I'm trying to say. They're great kids, but you know, sometimes they'll be like, oh, I'm coming, you know, when I'm ready, not right now. And if I had that attitude yesterday, I would have been up a creek without a paddle. But anyway, it all worked really well. So I had my massage with Jo. It's always so lovely to see her. I have known Jo, she was actually my first friend when I moved to Sussex, and that was a long time ago. I was pregnant with Archie, I think, when I met her, and so we go way back. And so that was lovely. Seriously, what I needed. She worked out some knots, and now I'm hiding up in my bedroom. Because you're not going to believe this, guys. The boiler has stopped working. We have no heating and no hot water. So I'm wearing a thermal, a roll neck, a cardigan, cashmere tracksuit bottoms, which are the most luxurious things. They're from Marks and Spencer's, and I just love them. And then my fluffy socks from Pears, Scotland. I'm actually still cold. I've just turned the Arga up because it goes on to slumber mode at night. I've just turned it up, and I've been hiding up here editing. I think the plumber is coming this afternoon at some point. We've got the immersion heater, so we've got hot water, and I actually should light the fire. I'm going to go and do that in a minute. I hadn't thought about that until I'm sat here with you guys, thinking that you guys would be like, Charlie, why aren't you in the snug? Light the fire. I am a bit slow at the moment. I'm not firing on all cylinders, but I am feeling excited. I'm now feeling like in the mood, like I can get ready, organised for Christmas. I've got a few bits of wrapping that need to be done. I have got a sewing project that I am hell-bent on doing probably tomorrow. I've got my Zoom, which I had to reschedule with my members club this evening, which I'm really looking forward to. I hate having to reschedule things and let them down, but I just felt, I still felt sick. I felt really icky. I'm over that. I'm just feeling slightly run down, but that's fine. It's not going to stop me from having a lovely Zoom with them. But I'm, literally in my bed, snuggled up, sat here with my laptop, doing a little bit of work, catching up on emails, catching up on a bit of admin, and just it's really nice not to be chasing my tail and rushing around like a maniac. And I've got today's vlog, then I've got a vlog which would probably come out on Sunday, but actually on Sunday we're going to my uncle's for family Christmas, which I'm so looking forward to. So I think the final episode of Vlogmas is going to come out on Monday, and then my normal Tuesday video, which will be Christmas Eve, and then I'm having a little bit of time off, which I'm looking forward to, and just really enjoying the family, enjoying time together, and it's a special time of year, and I'm excited for it. I'm sorry that this episode started on a serious note, but I just felt like I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So we're going to be upbeat. We're going to get into the Christmas spirit. We're going to embrace all of that now. But thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to finish doing my admin, my work stuff, and then this afternoon I'm heading out with my girl to do a few bits and pieces for Christmas, which I'm looking forward to having some time with her. Remember my Spotify playlist linked down below. And I'm sending lots of love. Have a super, super weekend. Thank you as ever for tuning in, and I will see you on Monday, not Sunday, Monday, with the next instalment of Vlogmas, or the final instalment of Vlogmas.